friends, this is Amanda. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Oakland County, Michigan. I'm an A7 size girl in an A2 size world. I make 5x7 cards. Today we're going to play with Regal Flora, found in the mini catalog that starts in September. I believe it's September 4th, 2024. It's the holiday catalog, the new mini one. This stamp set really caused a challenge for me. I really liked it, but when I came to working with it, it was really difficult. Like the independent images, liked the words, but I had a hard time because there was no actual foliage, no actual way to ground things. Now this video wasn't supposed to be a voiceover. My microphone was not working. I updated something, so that always works. Really pretty, but I just don't know where to put it. It doesn't match the other flowers in the size. I do like it if you were to put it maybe, floating in at the bottom of on the inside, but I just didn't like the florals in this set to be used with, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't like it. I do like this rectangle that has two rounded edges. That's fun, and it has a second piece that goes around it. I will show you what I used. Has this funky piece, which I'm not sure what it is, but adds some texture, so that's always great. I don't think that it cuts out anything. It doesn't look like it, but who knows? It has some really great sentiments in this set. Something a little bit different, and I do like how big they are. I like the font sizes. All right, so Regal Winter is the collection. It has Regal Flora, the stamp set. The dies has some Blackberry Bliss and gold textured ribbon. It has there's some gold ribbon also. Regal foiled adhesive dots. Regal Winter, and one other designer series paper, Regal Distress Patterns. So lots of different things in this particular suite. I do like the suite. Like I said, I don't know if it's the dies. I actually don't know what it is. Just, it's not for me today. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut a rectangle that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 from this designer series paper. I always cut it in a certain way so I can get 4 sheets out of the designer series paper. That way I can get the elements right. Then I'm going to cut that down to 1/2 by 6 3/4, 1 inch by 6 3/4, and then 2 inches by 6 3/4. And I'm going to cut them in a strategic way so that they line up. It's a really easy sketch, but I do like to add this sketch whenever I'm not sure what to do with designer series paper, but it's beautiful designer series paper. So easy peasy sketch, and I do like it. Going to add this with liquid glue on a panel of basic white that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I wanted to let you know that beginning in September, I'm not quite sure of the date, not sure if it's the 4th, hopefully, but Stampin' Up! Is going to be having some fun scrapbooking things. They're going to be adding a scrapbooking line. I will give you the brochure. I will overnight the things that I buy. One of the items that is coming new to Stampin' Up! Is 12 by 12 two-tone white cord cardstock. The cardstock is going to be lighter, thinner, lighter in weight than our cardstock now, our 12 by 12 cardstock now, and it is going to be printed so it has a white core. So they did say that the variation of color might be, you might notice the variation of color, and it might not actually match perfect like ours says now. That doesn't make me happy, but the two-tone does make me happy. So we will have the saturation of color that is regular, and then we will have it kind of like stamped off, if that makes sense, so a lighter tone. All right, so I thought that this piece of 1 3/4 by 4 3/4 piece of designer series paper, the specialty paper, needed some added gold, and I am very frugal with my gold. So I cut a piece that is 4 3/4 by 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to cut that down to 1/4 inch and add that to my piece of distressed designer series paper. We could also have had some ribbon. Like I said, two different kinds of ribbon. and we also have the cording. So lots of fun, and the gold sheets. So I mean, lots of fun things to add. Now, because of the distressed, I really had to use my T ruler. It didn't look straight for a while. You know what I mean? My mind played tricks on me. The edging, the lines, they all play tricks on me. So I did use my T ruler. I think that's a great investment for not too much money. You can even get a smaller T ruler now on Amazon for a really good price. I paid, I think, $20 for mine when they first came out. So yeah, not cool. But so we'll add this to the top, mainly so that I could add that piece of gold. I don't know what to call it besides a rectangle with two round edges. Just on maybe, well, it's more than halfway down on this designer series paper, I guess, specialty paper, sorry. And then it is on a card base that is cherry cobbler, that is 7 by 10 scored in half at 5 for a 5 by 7 card base. I will get this straight, but it really did play tricks on me, so you really do need to use your G ruler. And then we are going to add that gold piece with some dimensionals. And I have lots of dimensionals, lots of open packs, but I'm even looking to see if the T ruler worked. But I decided to use the foam sheets, which I do like. I like to cut my own width. I like my foam sheets, so I always have a stack of those as well. Please remember to use your bonus rewards that you were awarded in July. For every $50 that you spent, you got a $5 bonus reward, so 10% back. That is going to be our new rewards starting, I believe, in January or February. We will be doing a new rewards, so you do not have to spend $150 to get rewards. You only have to spend $20, and you will get 10% rewards for the individual person. So no more host rewards. Some people love it, some people hate it. I like to, and no more 50% off items. I personally bank my rewards. I like to buy large quantities and get 15% off, but it is what it is. We are going to be enjoying the new rewards program, and it will be so you purchase today, and I believe on your next purchase you'll have those rewards. So kind of like bonus days, but you won't have to wait a month, I don't believe. But we'll get more into that when it's closer. But I just wanted to mention to you that if you want a 50% off item, do it before January or February, because I know that new items are going, the new rewards system is going into effect. All right, so that's my first card. I think it's really pretty. I like the sentiment off to the side. So, all right, this is my second card here. Really easy. It is a Blackberry Bliss card base, and I purposely left a bit of white around all of it. So that is 4 7/8 by 6 7/8 piece of basic white. Then I put down, and I'm not sure because I don't remember. Let me grab my card here and tell you. Is it 3.5? Yep, 3.5 by 4 3/4. No, 3.5 by 6 3/4 piece of designer series paper. And then it gave me a little bit, what is that, 1.5 left. And I could have just stamped my sentiment on what was left, but instead I decided to put a piece of 1.5 by 6 3/4 piece of basic white on top of it. So it gave it a different finish, and I really like that. And then I added some gems. Okay, so my third card is a piece of basic white that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half to make a 4 1/4 by 5.5 piece of, or note card, not piece of paper, sorry about that. And then I cut a piece of basic, Blackberry Bliss that is 5 by 3 3/4. And then I cut a piece of designer series paper, the one that has two sides that I like. Cut that at 3.5 by 4 3/4, so 1/4 inch below the Blackberry Bliss. I cut that in half at 1 1 3/4, and then I cut one of those pieces at 2 inches and one of those pieces at 1.5 on the other one. So it kind of makes this little grid. Really easy. I'm sure you've seen it before. I do like the extra white around it, and I did fiddle with the placement of everything to make sure that up was up and everything. Like I said, I did use my T ruler to make the first one correct, and then I followed along. I didn't have to use too much of the T ruler after that. This is really dark, and that's why I left the white border that is thicker than I normally do. Normally do only 1/4 inch difference, but this time I did a 1/2 inch difference. I glued the wrong side, so I had to wipe that off and then use, glue the other side. And because I use Nuvo glue, I was able to do that. If I used Tombow Mono, it would stay sticky, and I would have been cutting another piece of paper. And I am very frugal with my designer series paper, so this is a very heavy, well, all of these cards are very heavy with designer series paper because I was just not in love with the lack of stems or greenery for this particular set. I do like the idea of having the the different elements on that are, the different elements as backgrounds maybe, or inside floating flowers, but not as the main element. That just didn't work for me. I'd love to see what you guys do with the set. Yeah, so I'm going to take the sentiment Missing You and a die, and I'm going to cut out Missing You. Not very difficult. Let me tell you what other sentiments are in here. Wishing I Were There to Give You a Hug, Sending Love Your Way, Thanks, and Missing You. I do like the little dots in this set. I like all of it. I think there's something missing. It is a distinctive set for the elements, and that can be a challenge. So you might want to use a spoon and pack down your ink. Have a little hair on it, so I'm going to restamp the Missing You. Pack down your ink with the back of a plastic spoon, swish it all around, and then ink up your stamp. You might find that working better for your distinctive ink when you want to, your distinctive ink stamps, is not having a juicy ink pad is definitely important. So there you go. Thank you for staying with me, guys. I really appreciate it. I haven't been posting much. I've been having some mental health days. I've been calling in sick for some mental health days. Need to get out of my head, so I decided to finally get in my craft room yesterday and today. And yesterday was just a miss. I spent 5 hours on a card that you'll see that I really didn't like. So I decided to leave my craft room and come back the next day. I needed to get in my craft room because I needed to get out of my head, but I also was not in the right headspace to craft with any great precision. But yeah, so I added some ribbon here so that it gave it a little bit more thickness, and I liked that. Just a little bit of something. Could have added some of the twine or the rope. Could have done lots of different things here, but I think this is a very simple card. When in doubt, this is a really pretty, when you have your sentiments, that you need, and you need something quick. You like the stamp, you like the designer series paper, but you just want to do something quick. That's an easy one. All right, so this first one with the smoky slate here is the card that I worked on yesterday. Don't love it. I don't necessarily hate it, but I just don't love it. That gold piece is the second piece off of that other rectangle that has the two edges circled, cornered. So that's that second piece. Just added some specialty paper, wove it in there, added some Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy, used another sentiment strip, and this one from the, oh, what is this called? I put it away. Nope, here it is. Hearts and Hugs. And notice that the flowers are kind of similar. So if you wanted to make this a little bit brighter and less dark or traditional, you can make it a little bit more whimsical with the florals of the Hearts and Hugs, because those kind of work together if you needed to add something. I do like adding the white on top of the designer series paper. I think it gave it a really nice edging instead of the other way around. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Thanks so much again for coming back and watching my videos, even though I haven't been posting much. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. If you're going to be using your bonus rewards, I'd appreciate you using the host code for August, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. Christmas cards coming soon. All right. Thanks, friends.